Alright, so yo, I'm down here at Smoking Grill with the boys and we're just having a quick conversation. Obviously, Matt's here.
No gym, mate, no gym.
He's not been banging gym since he's done
2.5 years, no
come
gym.
out of jail. 2.5 years. But he's done an 11-year prison sentence and a 5-year
And a
prison
5 year.
sentence. He's been in jails in London, Nottingham, up and down the UK. You know, he's been through it. And so, Max, just tell us a little bit about, you know, how you got to jail, like what happened, you know what I'm saying? Like what was you looking up to, like what went on in your life to lead you to prison?
Obviously, first, selling drugs on the streets.
Yeah.
Started obviously was down and out.
Yeah.
Didn't have no money when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then that just led to looking about, thinking, what do I need to do? And then I just started selling cocaine. I was selling coke, and to be honest with you, back in 2006 to 2009, I was probably the main guy in Bradford selling it.
Wow.
So guys were coming from all over because I was selling the raw stuff on the streets. And then from that, because of obviously problems I've had in issues what I've had from my younger, so I turned to drugs. So I was really bad taking cocaine. As you can see, my nose is already collapsed in. collapsed in. People say Max has got probably about a Lamborghini up there. But yeah,
you better get a tissue and start
yeah,
blowing it out.
Lambo, yeah. End of a bender, if I blew my nose, whatever come out, you could just dry it and sniff it, re-sniff it again. That's how much I used to sniff, but nothing to be proud about or anything. But obviously, these are the things what we were doing when we were younger. Taking coke, selling it, partying, clubbing. Girls, that's it, just doing dumb stuff, not caring about life, not thinking about your future. It was just about, I was just basically living a party life, you understand? I had access to a lot of stuff, so I was just partying and just chilling.
Just doing dumb stuff and doing things that you felt was like what you meant to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm cool, I'm the dog's bollocks, I can get this, I can do this, I can party, do this.
Yeah. Especially, when you understand when you come from a broken home, not having a father figure there in your life. You understand? Obviously, I had an older brother, but he was doing his thing, so I'd never really had him there. So you were just left to your own devices and just making stupid mistakes. And that's what I was saying to Jar earlier on, that whatever we've done in our past, if we can share that and help other people, even if one person, we can help them change. They say like a clever person, he will learn from others' mistakes. But a stupid, dumb person like myself, you learn from your own mistakes. I did have my brother telling me, go to the gym, do this, do that. But I wasn't bothered then because, we were living our life, staying up till late, serving customers, sniffing coke, just living a party life, really, to be honest with you.
And how much would you say you were making? There's a lot of kids out here that think they're making money, but what?
To be honest with you,
I was arrested and
so one of the cases what I got done for on the second case, that was according to the papers, it was 5.5 million pound worth of drugs, and it was over 45 kilos. It was what they found.
That's what I'm saying. So you're properly involved, like knees deep in the street, and you're telling them now that that was not worth it.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah. So, but when I was younger, obviously my first charge was for firearms. So obviously I didn't have no intention of shooting anyone or anything like that. But he just had it there. It was just one of them things. I had it in my uncle's house. We should just look at it, just think it was cool and all that. Till the doors went through. Do you understand? Got my own uncle who was disabled, got him arrested. He was in for 8 months. Do you understand? Then I had to put my hands up, and then obviously I went in for 5 years on my first sentence.
So they took your disabled uncle, and obviously
he had nothing to do with it. Yeah, so basically my uncle, obviously he hasn't got his missus back home. He's disabled. He had 2 young children, his sons, who were living in the house. But that was our yard, dust place, yard, storage place. Do you understand? And we were doing all our stuff from over there. And then basically, they found a gun there. Let me just get through. They found the gun there, and then I had to put my hands up to it. But the time I was on a bender on a night. I was on a bender, and then I've come home about 10 in the morning. I've gone upstairs to bed, just laid down. I just heard my uncle shouting in my language, "Oh, Aini, they're here." Oh my God, mate, whacked down my head like that, you know what I mean? They grabbed me weekend, whacked me in the cells here all weekend. And from there, because I was wanted because got done for drink driving in where was we, Milton Keynes. So basically I was on the run for that. So they arrested because I was already on a charge for my firearms. So I was on bail for that. They took me from there, put me in the cells all weekend, whacked me on a sweat bus. Really 4 or 5 hours all the way to Milton Keynes. District judge straight slammed me. I went straight to Woodhill. At that time, I think Charles Bronson was in there because there's a double cut A. So there's a prison within a prison.
Right.
So Charles Bronson was in there.
So where's Wood Hill for the people that don't know?
In Milton Keynes, yeah.
Milton Keynes.
Yeah, yeah. So from there, so basically I took straight off the streets,
Yeah.
not prepared,
Yeah.
went there. So soon as that, I think they only give me it was only for drink driving, so I think I got 2 weeks or something. Yeah. And then from there, my trial started for the firearm. So I didn't even see daylight after that. Wow. Straight from in there, I went.
What was that like being in prison for the first time in Milton Keynes?
Oh yeah, obviously you just feel lost. You don't know anyone.
You've gone from a bender to a prison cell.
Yeah, prison cell.
So you're coming down off all the
yeah. But luckily, I've got some family who live in Bedfordshire. Yeah. So a few people recognized me inside. Yeah. So I was all right. But obviously, it was very daunting being in prison for the first time, not having canteen, not having nothing. Do you understand? Never knowing all of that. It wasn't nice, no.
And now what happened? So you come out off that sentence?
So I did a 5. Yeah. I come back out. Obviously, I sorted myself out. The only thing what got me through my prison sentence was my faith and, having faith and practicing my religion. Yeah. I think that's the only thing what gave me respect in there, and got me through, for stress and stuff like that. Yeah. It got me through that.
And faith is everything, in faith life. Like I always say to people, like, obviously I believe in God, you believe in God, you pray in it. But if you don't believe in God, always have faith in something, you need faith to carry you on in life.
And 100%. So when I went in there, I didn't waste time. Yeah. So some people go in there and make links and come back out to become bigger dealers and bigger whatever. I didn't choose that, so I chose to get on the right path. I didn't have no intention of coming back out and doing anything. But when I come back out for 6 months, I was fine by myself. But after 6 months, you get into that same crowd again because you're coming back to that same environment you left. That's another thing as well. You got to be careful with coming back to that same environment. What you're gonna do? Plan when you come out of prison. And after 6 months, bro, I was back at it again, sniffing again, partying again. And
what you're saying is, whilst you was in prison, you had the best intentions. You're getting your life on track. You've come out. You're going straight back to your old circle.
Yeah. Inside, I did all the courses. I was in education. Spent full year maths and English. Out here, I got kicked out of school. Never, even for my GCSEs, I got kicked out of there. All the schools I went to got kicked out. No school accepted me in Bradford. I went to Sheffield. And over there, got kicked out from there as well. Come back to Bradford again. And then I went to college for 3 weeks. Got kicked out of there. It was just one of them.
He was really anti-authority, anti-social guy, really.
Yeah. And all was in my head. Because, like I'm saying, it does have a big impact on you when you don't have a parent figure or someone there to guide you and show you, like a living role model to show you. Do you understand? So I was like a lost kid at that time, to be honest with you.
So you come back to your same friends?
Yeah, but inside, like I said, I did all my education, did all my courses and all that. I had a plan when I'm going to come out and whatnot. And after 6 months again, back to the friends again, let's, have a whack a line and that. No, I don't want to do it. Come on, man, just whack one. And once you do that, you're back on it again.
People were your true friends then? Or do you take full responsibility? You had a choice to pick
you do have your own choice in it, really, But do you know a true friend? Yeah. He will say to you, brother, don't go home, go to your family. But friends, he'll say, no, come on, stay out, chill, this, that.
A guy once said to me, there goes, when you're in that lifestyle of living on the road, it's not that's just how it is. They don't have bad intentions for you. That's just the environment.
The environment they're in, and that's all they know as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not in their fault because that's the life they're living. You understand? They've got nothing better to even tell you themselves. So
how do you ended up back on an 11-year prison sentence?
So the other case, to be honest with you, I didn't really have much to do with it. It was to do with my brother and that, and it was just like a debt list what I copied. I got roped into a full conspiracy for copying a debt list, and the solicitor says to me, "Oh, you'll only get a few months, and they'll let you go because all you did was copy a debt list." That's one thing. I'll be honest with you. I don't rate no solicitors, especially the Asian ones in Bradford. I'll be honest with you. They're full of shit. Oh yeah, we'll do this for you. We'll do that for you. They're at your house straight away. Filling because they know it's a big case. All they after is that. That's the truth. That's the truth. They're not there to help you, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. And then so when I've gone in, I've had the same solicitor, got me a barrister. Barrister said the day of the sentencing, the barrister was nowhere to be seen. He didn't even turn up. Another barrister come. So I've gone in front of the judge thinking, because I was on remand for a bit. I thought, okay, he's gonna get a few months. You're gone. He actually says to me that you're gonna go home now. I've gone to the judge and stood normal. Mate, he said 10 like that because obviously I had 11 because I had 7 months left over from my previous sentence what to do. So he goes to me 10 years.
Wow.
I started laughing.
Yeah.
I started laughing because I didn't know what a reaction. Yeah, nervous reaction. I just started laughing in the car, bro.
Yeah.
I've gone down in the cell. I swear to God, I'm not even lying.
Crying.
I was not, but I curled up in a. I didn't cry, but I curled up in a ball like that, on the bench, thinking my life's over. I remember on my first sentence or whatever, when we were driving up Leeds Road, you're looking on the road.
The G4 bus.
Yeah. This time, I swear to God, man, I had my head down all the way, man. So you think your life's over, innit? 10 years, man. 10 years. And like I said,
expecting 3 months, you got 10 years.
10 years, man.
So you're doing it for the full 5.5.
Yeah. And all I did was copy your debt list,
Wow.
Yeah. So that's another thing you gotta be careful with these conspiracies, man. With the conspiracies. So in there, then obviously, like I told you before, my dad passed away when I was in prison. Bad experience as well. Double handcuffed. My dad was obviously a religious man. Double handcuffed like that, going in to the funeral. Sad,
so
man.
let me slow you down, bro. You've got a 10-year prison sentence that you wasn't expecting, innit?
No.
For something you weren't totally completely involved in.
No.
You've got 10 years, and you get to jail, and is it the beginning of your sentence, your father passes away?
Yeah. So I went in, I think, 2014.
Yeah.
And in 15, my father passed away. Yeah.
This is what you need to realise as well, man. When you're getting into prison on long sentences, lose them, you can lose them, man. What was it like for you going through that, bro, in the cell?
Honestly, it wasn't easy. I did break down. We were just on the wing, chilling out. People are playing pool.
Yeah.
I was a pit worker, sat on the pit desk, everything normal. And then that chapel lady just comes, man. She didn't even take me to a separate room. She said, "Listen, your dad's died." My legs were like jelly. And on F wing in Armley, going up the stairs, honestly, I was holding on to the stairs, and I was in bits in myself. You understand? It was the worst thing to do, to have a parent pass away. So before you do things out here, whatever actions you are doing, you need to think about these things.
Think about the ripple effect.
The ripple effect, that if your parent passes away, you're going to be in prison. Are they going to even let you come to the funeral?
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even let you come. You understand?
Yeah. Did you think you were going to get there? Was it a bit of a challenge?
It was a challenge. So the imam, he was off on that day. He specially come back in because he knows a few of my family members to get me out. It's very, very sad, man.
So then you're going through jail. You've lost your father. Does that affect your prison life as well? Now, do you like?
To be honest with you, like I says, I turned to drugs.
Yeah.
That was the only thing in my mind.
It out.
Yeah. So everybody's got different coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
But with me, even out here, if I ever stressed in my life, I just turned to drugs.
Yeah, same. I'm the same.
Same. So in there, every people were smoking spice.
Yeah.
Started smoking spice, and I used to just smoke and be zoned out for a few hours, come back around again, and and
it's coping, though, innit? Like that's the same for me. But I've done it, where I've had to. My coping in jail is more training and that. Like I can't really do. I do have parties in jail. I drink distilled and that.
Yeah.
But like for me, like same out here though. If I go a bit down, bro, I'll probably fucking whack having a drink.
Yeah. But I wasn't out where I was like a nitty in there. I was doing my thing. I had all the best jobs in there. Listener, I had a big cell, massive cell. So on a weekend, all the boys wanted to chill, so they all used to pretend they were stressed out. So I used to get the officers to bring them into my cell. So we used to have 3 of us chilling on a night and whatnot. Tunes
so
on.
You had all the boys in yourself.
Listener. So everyone, I was open all the time.
So if they put their bell on and said,
That's it. Yeah. So my door was always open. I always had the best jobs in there. I stuck to my education. So that's another thing as well.
You see, it's not consuming you. You just that's just on a night.
On a night behind my cell, because on a night when you can't sleep on a night thinking about all the shit, and you've just been whacked with a 10-year sentence as well. You're thinking,
you're nice in jail.
I was always good in there. You know what I mean? But
But what's the worst thing you've seen in prison? I think you were telling me about a few people.
Yeah. So when that was my first sentence on D-wing in Wilston. 3 people hung themselves on my wing. There was a prison officer. I think his wife was cheating on him, and when everyone got banged up, a prison officer hung himself as well. In Wilson, I think that was about 2010. Yeah, that was crazy.
Prison officer
hung himself, bro, because his wife was cheating on him in the prison. Yeah, but in Loudham Grange, on this sentence, worse stabbings. Every day I've seen people guts coming out, people holding their stomachs in, faces hanging off. People been slashed really, really bad.
What were you telling me about them guys in mashman suits?
Yeah, masherman suits. So when man, they had all their kit on, you knew they was on something in prison. They used to wear the full prison outfit, the red one, and this man is out to do something. Because when I was in Loudham in 2017, it was the worst prison for stabbings in the whole of UK.
Would you say that, obviously, for kids that watching, like if a hit got put on their head, would there be someone willing to kill them for $2,000 maybe?
People, to be honest with you, there's people in there who are loopy, honestly.
Right.
You get a lot of people, loopy people out there, and they're hungry for money, people on spice, whatnot, and you pay them, people, you get hits put on you, just for a few grand.
You're saying a few joints could get you stabbed up.
Yeah. To be honest with you, it's different, if you go into like Cat B prisons, they're more serious prisons, especially if you're like, with the Muslims and all that. If you're a Muslim and all that. So how it happened with me was, there were guys who were lifers in there, and they said, listen, brother, you don't need to stress about anything. If anything happens, they had mans who were hitmen. There were hitmen out there. A lot of them were reverts, revert Muslims, but they're doing life. They got nothing to lose, so they felt as though they were doing a good deed. So because like I've got like not a big massive sentence like that, so they wouldn't want me to go and do beef and get more sentence. So they said, if you've got any problem, let us know and we'll go hit them.
So the Muslim brothers are
hitters. You've heard that guy, haven't you? The Muslim fraternity. You heard, the Muslim Brotherhood. That's what it's like, to be honest with you. In Loudham and big prisons like that, Full Sutton. That's the way it is.
So you lot listening, like it's not a joke. You get me? Like the Muslim gangs, the fuck of them, the certified hitters that will come out and hit you up.
Straight up. That's how it is. It's like a brotherhood in prison, especially when you go to the bigger prisons. Like if you're part of a community, like as a Muslim in there, the brothers will welcome you in the wing. They'll all go around to each of the cells and fill bag up and bring all the canteen, and you'll be looked after.
I was with the brothers in Morelands, innit? That's how he was. A lot of,
they do show a lot of love in there.
There was like immigrants were like getting shipped back to Iraq and everywhere like that. Somali brothers and that. With all them, it was the same. I had a couple of fights, and then next one I had like 30 brothers behind me. From one guy coming towards me.
So that's what the main thing I'll say to anyone who's going to prison is: do not get involved in other people's beef. You know, and you very easily keep it high and by with everyone. How are you, brother? Keep it nice. Be nice, polite. That's the only way you're gonna get through prison. If you think, oh, you're a hard man, trust me, there's 1,000 harder men than you in there. Do you understand? Like I'll be honest with you. Like out here, even a lot of Asian man or whoever they are, they think they're bad and they think they're big. I've seen big men like that. I've seen, like guys who we call little nitties out here. Oh they've been whacking them up inside there. That's the truth. Because out here you got an image. I've got my car, I've got my watches on, I've got my team, I'm a big man. When you're in there, especially when you're up south or wherever, you're on your ones in there. That's when you get to know. That's what I'm saying. You get to know a real man, who you are when you're in prison. And I've seen people who they think they're big and bad out here, they crumble inside there, bro. To be honest with you. And I'm not saying I'm no big man or anything, but the only reason why I got respect is because I was practicing my religion, I was on my faith, and people respected me for that. So the guy's on his faith, and if you any questions about Islam or anything, they used to come to me and ask me. And that's the only way. But only God got me through that religion. I'm not no big bad man, I'll be honest with you. But I've seen people in there crumble. Big heart. People think they're big and hard. They were muppets. People crying, honest to God. Little sentence they got. Proper stressing, keep reading the solicitors and all that, and they think they're big and bad out here.
100%. I agree.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you go in there, you need to think about all of these things, because you're gonna be on your ones in there.
You're gonna be on your ones, so make sure watch what you're doing out here when you're acting bad.
You have to think about, like you said, like the ripple effect. What can happen to you? You're doing all this out here on the roads. When you're in there, especially if you do some any nasty crime against someone, there'll be hits put on you in there. Soon
as you walk on the wing,
if you got beef with someone in here or whatever, as soon as you're in there, there's already phone calls, people waiting for you. People waiting to put hits on you, and then you're going onto nonsense wings. People. I've seen big men going onto nonsense wings, VP wings. Vulnerable prisoners and stuff like that. But the best thing is to keep. If you end up in prison, just keep yourself to yourself. Simple as say hi and bye. Keep it cool with everyone. But don't hang about with certain guy too much, because you think, oh, he's got a bit of clout or whatever, because you don't know who he's got beef with. But because you're with him, they might not be able to get to him. They'll whack you.
So you're in their beef.
You'll get whacked because of him. Do you understand? So the best thing is high and by with everyone. Be nice with everyone. I've been all over England prison. I went to Strangeways 5 times on this last sentence. 5 times. And did you hear about the guy who climbed the roof? I was there. I was there, bro. 7 days he was on that roof, everyone passing noodles, but they had tornado squad there.
Jake's in there as well, innit?
Jake Gallagher. We was in Army with him as well. Cool guy, man. But what's it called? So them tornado squad, have you seen? They're bloody giants.
All
the biggest guys like that, because they were running into people's cells in it who were helping him, feed him and stuff. 7 days, no shower, nothing, behind our door. They were crazy, man. Honestly, it was obviously stressful. But then, like I said, when you got your faith, I was reading my Quran. I was reading a lot of religious books and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you, I was more on my deen inside, and all I should be talking about Islam and stuff, and that's what got me through, to be honest with you, and just remembering God. Honestly, but it's not worth it. Honestly, it's not worth it. You need to think about what you're doing out here. You know.
I feel this story, but it's deep, you know.
No.
Everything you're saying, real as fuck.
Yeah.
Trying to say
100%, because I've been listening. I've been listening to your stuff, and I was thinking, you know, whatever you've been through, I've been through the same. And a lot of people who go through our journey is when they come from, you know, broken home from when they were younger. You know, you might not have had a dad there with you, and all of these, and there will be a lot of people who will relate to this. You know, who hasn't got their father there, who hasn't got their mother there, and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, that's the reason why I said I'll come on today, because, you know, I've seen what you're doing, and I really liked it. And when I seen you, I give that respect, I love, I'm really happy with what you're doing. And I thought, you know, look, I've been through a journey as well, and maybe my little bit of input could help somebody else as well. And there's so much more I can talk about and say, but we'll be here for days, but we can save for another time. But, you know, that's what we are here for. Any advice, anything, you know, if you're going to prison, any advice you need, you know, we're here for you. You know, shout out to Jar. We're here. Anything, you know, wherever we can help you, we'll help you. Because like when we were younger, we didn't have that, River. We didn't have that, bro. So we've learned it the hard way. We've been through the mill. We've been through the mill. I'm 35 years old now. I've been out of prison 3 years. And this time when I come back out, I thought, man, 2 sentences. And then, to be honest with you, you only know about friends as well. Who your real friends are. You might have friends now thinking they're my boyos, they're my this and they're my that. You know, when you go in there, you're going to know really who your friends are. Do you understand? 100%. Who will be there for you? Who will be sending you money? I'll be honest with you, I have no friend. No one, maybe one off here and there. No one sent me nothing. It was my own mother who was sending me money. My own mum. Do you understand? So it's a sad reality, but these things are true. And you need to think about all of these things before you do what you're doing. 100%.
And so how did you like come out and spin it around and
so this time when I come out, I thought, you know what is, I'm doing my own thing. Because you know, with me, we're too nice from the heart, and people have took me for a ride all my life because our hearts are too good. Do you understand? Like, I sacrifice myself for other people. I'm a people pleaser. I try to, you know, I'll like, if someone's got a problem, I'll cause myself issues to sort his problems out. And I've always been there for people. And you told me that as well, remember? And that's why you're on your ones as well. Like, you know, you just keep it real, innit?
You get happy being alone.
Having your own time, because we was always there for others. You're right. Other people's problems, but we never thought about ourselves. Do you understand? So it's taken me all them years to learn that. I just kept my head down this time, and I come back out. And to be honest with you, this takeaway, everything, where did it start from? I started doing deliveries for Domino's Pizzas. Domino's Pizzas, 0-hour contract. Do you know guys who you say in school they used to get bullied? He was the leader, the manager, like the leader there, the shift manager. And he was bossing me around, you know, even I was a delivery driver, or do this, do that. So because it was a 0-hour contract, so I'd be in there for like 2 hours, I've gone to work. He's saying, right, hand your papers in and go home. I'm like, what? I've only done 2 deliveries. He goes, well, it works quite a go. So it was £8 something an hour. So call it £16 or £17 I've made there. I've done 3-4 deliveries. What, £22? And I'm going home. And honestly, that broke me. I thought I'm trying to do legit. And look, because
God's just testing you.
That's another thing as well. So, you know, when you've got all these criminal records, especially over a 5 year, it doesn't be spent. So I think anything under 4 is spent after 7 years.
I think it's like 5 years.
5 years, something like that. But anything over 4 is never spent, is it?
I don't even know. How it works,
I think it's something like that anyway.
I thought 5 years and spent.
But anything over a certain amount, it's never spent. So you've always got a criminal record. And then you can't even get jobs. And this government doesn't make it easy. Because think about it, people who really go in there and change their lives. You come back out, you know, you're trying to get a job, you're not getting it because you've got to stay consistent. So these things you have to think about as well. But so I stuck at Domino's, I did that, and then bang, I got opportunity for doing parcel deliveries. And now it's been over 3 years I've been doing it. And I just kept my head down, just working. And today I've got this. So if in 3 years at the age of 35 I am now, I'll come out at 32. If I can do this, why can't someone who's 21
Start now,
and by my age, they'll be minted.
Because what we did is waste a lot of time in our
20s. In our 20s.
And then you realise when you get to 30, oh shit.
Because you know what, when you're in your 20s, you think you know it all. I've got younger brothers and sisters as well, so they think they know it all. I know everything. You don't know shit. Straight up, because you know, to know something, it takes years and it takes life experience. You've got to go through a lot of ups and downs and shit, and you know, to learn. Do you understand? So this is why you should take golden words of elders, and I always try to give them advice. Do you understand? But a lot of people, they don't take it because they think they know everything. So even though you're this age now, the best thing I say for you to do is gain a skill, because no one can take that skill off you. A skill in life, like you're becoming a plumber or something. Because at this moment, I've heard that plumbing and electricians, they good money in it. So go do yourself a course, you know, plumber's course or something like that. Gain a skill. A barbers earn good monies. Do you understand? They earn good. Because when you've got that skill, it's transfer. You can go anywhere in the world and you've got that skill. So gain a skill. Go to, if you're not even at college or nothing now. Honestly, if you're around your 20s, even if you're 30s, don't think you're too old. Go back to college, man. Go gain a skill. And if you want to become a mechanic, you can do it if you put your head to it. And if you're that age and you got all mates of bums around here, trust me, just cut them out. Tunnel vision, and just do you in it. Do you. And that's what I've been.
Real talk,
I've been doing me, brother. Look. I do parcel deliveries on a Friday. I'll start at 7 in the morning. I'll finish at 5. I'll come straight here and I'll finish at 12, half 12 at night. 17, 18 hour shift.
Do you still keep up your faith as well?
Yeah. I pray, like, but I try to practice as much as I can. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah. I don't take no drugs. I don't sleep about. I don't do none of that stuff, bro. I've just got my head screwed now.
And do you feel like when you're not doing them things like sleeping about it, that just makes you feel better as well as keeping
100%. Yeah.
Like, that keeps you on track.
Do you know, because when you're on drugs, even if you might have a bender on a weekend, but even till the next week, you've still got in your system, so you're still fuzzy your head, but you're still not all there, are you? But I'll be honest with you, you know, if you stay clean for a while, bro, am I right or wrong? You actually buzz off life, don't you? You know, being sober.
You can wake up at 6 in the morning.
You buzz off life. You think, wow, man, you know, and you can get so much more done. Waking up late, you know, not always shit was going wrong for me. But being sober and being clean, honestly, your mind and just focusing on yourself, man. Make a plan, write down, you know, whatever you have in your head. All that I thought, because, you know, with me, I'm an overthinker as well. So I keep thinking about things. Oh, I need to do this. No, write it down. Write everything down, what your plan is. Write it down and follow that. And if you're at this age now, I'm saying,
write your plan down and take action in it.
Yeah. If I, at the age of 35, I've got, look, with drugs, health conditions, you know, you might be young thinking, oh, I'm taking all this drug, I can sniff more lines than you. No one could sniff more lines than me back then, I'll be honest with you. I was crazy.
You know what,
I would take sniffing a Z a week, bro. Z a week. You've seen the state of my nose. It's bloody collapsed, bro. I've had the operation done. People who know me will be listening. People know me, mate. They used to say, because at that time, obviously, I had the biggest round in Bradford, There was there was someone, I don't want to mention no name, there were the people who were older than me, they were doing it. But me, I was bringing the raw thing onto the streets, you understand? So my name was everywhere. So, but big lines like that. I used to whack a G just to get on one, just to, you know, people go on a bender with 2-3 little .2 bags. If I had less than a Q, I wasn't going on a bender. If a girl or someone rang me, are we chilling? No. Because I know that's not going to be enough for me. If I didn't have access to it anymore, I wouldn't even go on a bender with that less, honestly. I used to go to a Z. I swear to God, I'm not even lying. I used to whack a Z.
Do you know what it is, bro? I've done a video today on about that as well.
Like
how much work.
Do you know how crazy I was back then? I was that mad, I'd have a 9-bar in the boot. Friday night, I remember them time the Funkies and that used to be open, Friday night, parked outside Funkies. I remember these have them bars there you could park on the hill there, innit? Park there, sniffs around now, okay. No problem. Go out, open the boot, 9-bar there, crack a bit off, jump back in again, start sniffing again. That's how mental I was. I didn't give it. That's a real. But that's how it was. People used to come and buy shots of me. They'd come buy shots of me. Your phone's the thing here. People come and buy shots of me, and people who know me, they know me. I don't chat shit. I've got no reason to chat shit. They used to buy a point. At them days, there never used to be .2s, the little shitty bags what people do. That used to just fall out the nose when you used to sniff. .2s used to fall out. what's it called? They used to come and buy like a half a gram, but they used to sniff a full gram for free and then take that 0.5 and go. Because I wasn't bothered.
Yeah.
I never thought about my future or anything like that. I was just living for that time. Do you understand? I wasn't really bothered, bro. And now thinking about it, I'm not obviously saying all this to big myself or whatnot, yeah. But I was showing how stupid I was back then.
Yeah.
I was stupid. I was dumb. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was reckless. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Me and my cousin, just to take the piss, we'd have like about half a box. We're driving around. We should just for the fun of it, he'd have his legs up. We'd chuck it up on top of the dash, so on the in front of the car, and just be driving around taking the piss for fun. We should mess about with police to take chases and stuff like that. Doing dumb shit, bro. Honestly, it's not worth it, bro.
And then when you get smacked with the 10-year prison sentence,
then you're gonna know about it. Or you hear about people who are driving recklessly. How many people are dying recently?
Yeah.
They're thinking they're barred and this and that. The cars are very powerful things, bro.
Yeah.
They'll kill you like that, bro.
Yeah.
So there's no point showing off. This world, bro, honestly, we are living in really bad times now.
Yeah.
And as a Muslim, I know that a lot of the signs of the Day of Judgment are very close.
Yeah.
I read these signs of the Day of Judgment when I was a kid in school, in mosque. And them things that they never used to, wasn't like, I'll give you an example. Like they said music and dancing will become common. It was common, but it wasn't as common as right now. They says that the children will be basically they'll be the leaders in the house. They will be higher, superior than the parents.
Yeah.
I could never imagine that because
Like
my mum said,
yeah.
If my mum would say shut up or something like that, I'd put my head down, or even outside of an uncle, we'd hide and smoke or something like that.
Yeah.
Now kids don't give a shit.
No,
They're swearing at their own parents, swearing at them, hitting their own parents. And I never understood. I thought, when is that day gonna come?
Yeah.
And I've lived through that now to see these.
And they
these
say that girls are gonna start wearing less. There'll be nothing left for the imagination.
Yeah. So they says that they'll be as though they'll be painted on, so the clothes will be that tight. Yeah. And I think one of them was, it says that a woman will do the hair. It's like a hump of a camel. But if you remember, it was about 7-8 years ago when that style come out where the women used to put a pin there and make the hair like a puff like that, like a puff on a puff, like a camel's hump. And that I seen that as well. So many of these signs have come, and then said people will start competing and building tall buildings. Look what's happening around the world. Building massive tall building. So all of these signs of the Day of Judgment are coming, and we are living in really, really bad times. So obviously, if you're a believer, you have faith, turn to God. Turn to God, and all this other thing is all a load of bullshit.
What do you think? For me, that's obviously I believe in God in it. You're Muslim. I've been to the masjid. I've prayed with the brothers in it. Obviously, I'm from Bradford. A lot of my boys are Asian Muslim in it. But obviously, for me, I believe in God and I pray and I speak to God in it.
Yeah.
And obviously, people say, "Oh, meditation is paganism," but obviously,
no, it's not.
I don't believe it's like
meditation is part of Islam.
Yes.
I meditate as well. Yeah. So if it says a moment of reflection is if God forbid if I'm not saying it 100% correct, but a moment or an hour worth of reflection is like 60 or 80 years of optional prayer. Because that's what I do a lot now when I'm in my van. I reflect. I ponder about life, because that pondering can change your life. You can change your whole process of thinking by sitting there and thinking over your life and thinking about stuff, and like you're saying, meditating and stuff. So how do you meditate? What do you?
I just I get in my zone and I clear my mind. I breathe in, breathe out, deep breaths, and then I know when I get into the zone and my mind's clear, then I'll thank God. I'll thank God. I'll pray for my daughter. I'll pray for loved ones, friends, family. Good people.
What? One thing I ask you to do as well. So when when you're on your night and you're saying you're thinking about God and that, keep asking God. Say, God, please lead me to the right path. Keep asking Him for that. Lead me to the right path. Because I don't want to start preaching to you and saying, "Oh, become a Muslim." But ask Him, and God will open the doors for you. Do you understand?
So, but do you believe? Obviously, I believe I do a lot of good now.
Yeah, you do.
Giving back and
I
don't do it to. I do it for because it makes me obviously feel good
and you're getting off everything what you've had. You're getting it off your chest.
And I know I'm doing kind of like God's kind of work. I can help someone, or like this story now is going to inspire even 10, 5 people, whatever inspires. Like it's like for me, I feel like that's God's work done. So do you feel like even if I know you say if you die, you're not a Muslim, you go straight to hell, but what do you think on that, man?
If I have to be blunt, for you to go to heaven, because look, every age. So a Muslim, if you were living at the time of Jesus and you was a follower at that time, you're going to heaven. Now, every prophet mentioned that there's going to be another prophet. Jesus mentioned that there'll be another one who will come after me. He give all the signs of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, coming. He fulfills all of them things, yeah, as the Prophet Muhammad. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he come back, and in the Quran, check this out. In the Quran, it says more about Jesus and Mary than it says about the Prophet Muhammad or any other prophet. It mentions so much about Jesus. There's a full chapter called Mary in the Quran. So us Muslims, we feel as though we follow Jesus more than Christians or anyone else does. Jesus had a beard. It mentions that Jesus fell to his hands and knees and praised to God. For you to, so he said, accept Prophet Muhammad. For you to go to heaven, for you to get that ticket, you have to accept God, and you have to accept the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as the last and final messenger. You have to accept that. Because we believe in all of the prophets, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, I believe in all of them, and Christians do. But the thing about it is, you need to believe in the last, because we're living in the last era. And this era, we're the community of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So we have to accept him for us to go to heaven. Simple. That's the simple thing. You have to accept the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to go to heaven.
Yeah, man. Nice. Thanks for telling me that.
No. And I hope God does inspire you. Like I said, when I was inside, these 16 people have helped come to Islam. 16 people. So for me, that's a big accomplishment for me. Because if you help one person become a Muslim and accept God, you know, your past sins and everything will be forgiven, and it'll help you further. But I hope God inspires you. But what you need to do, you need to look into Islam. Just read it, innit? If you're an open-minded person, open the Quran. Look, Islam is the one what's the worst they're talking about all over the news, terrorism, this stuff. So why is it the fastest growing religion in the world when it's getting attacked the most? And you know, all these bad things are being said about Islam and the terrorists and this, and the opposite is happening, because God said in the Quran that they will plot and plan, but God's plan is bigger. So everything backfires.
You can't stop God's plan.
You can't stop God's plan.
Max, if I can ask you like one final word for, you know, the kids, like the young generations, like one final message to them, yeah, what would it be to say to them? And
No, my final message, what I think is, yeah, whatever you got in your brain, like what you want to do in life, you know, you want to be a plumber, you know, whatever you want to be, think of something what's realistic. Don't think, oh, you know, I want to be like Messi, or you know, I want to be something like Khabib. Fight, you know, think of something what you know, what you can grasp, yeah. And once you got something what you know, what's in your grasp, yeah, fully focus on that. Just go for it all out. Do you understand? Whatever you want to do, go to college, learn it in and out, study it. You got Google, you got everything on fingertips now. Study everything what you want to do, and you can do anything you want to do in life. Honestly, at that age, if whatever you want to become, you can become it. Honestly, you just put your head down, focus, and stop ducking about and wasting your life doing dumb shit like we did in the past, bro. And we're regretting it now. But thank God, like God's, you know, even at this age, we're blessed. There's some people who are finished now. They're finished, bro, on the streets, tramps, yeah. But we've been blessed by God that He's given us a second, third chance, fourth chance, and we're here. And you know, I'm so grateful for you that you know I can help and give my message. But just focus and you know, if you've got any bums around here, just start cutting people off and focus on yourself. Focus on your own life. That's my final message.
thank you, Max, for coming on my ride.
No, honestly, I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the food as well.
No, anytime.
Beautiful takeaway smoking grill. And yeah, just like, share, and subscribe.